What is up, YouTube? We are continuing this stupid flip-flop transitional, I don't know, mix and matching. Multiple motors, multiple parts. So, got the 5.0 roller cam block assembled yesterday. That was cool. Managed to get everything back together there for the junkyard refresh. Just fresh bearings, rings, rehone on the cylinders. Did not go crazy. Half of it's painted, half of it isn't. I was going to think about trying to repaint the whole thing, but I don't even know if that's going to happen. Today's goal is playing flip-flop on the motors and motor stands because I need, here's the old motor that just wiped the cam. This is a 28-ounce flywheel, but I do need the scatter shield that's still assembled behind it on this block. So basically that aluminum shield will go on here. Then I can install the 50-ounce flywheel that I have over here. So that's not too bad. It just sucks because I got to lift the motors, both motors off of the stands and put those on. So right now, lifting the old motor with the wipe cam, jacking that up on the engine stand, take the engine stand mount off, pull the flywheel, put it back together, then do it again on Well, get the motor and transmission back together. Obviously the valve covers are still off. If you didn't notice, all of the valves and the springs still hanging out. However, they are mated up, torque converters bolted in, and we have a motor and transmission on the stand. I got the starter sitting over here on the cart. That's got to go in. Trans line, that's just the temporary one. Don't mind the kink. I'm going to rerun all of these. I got the oil cooler for the trans finally in the mail. Other than that, I need to pull the oil pressure sensor in terms of actual motor stuff. Intake's got to go on, distributor's got to go in. Fuel lines are made. coil is going to work for now. I'm just kind of looking at everything else here. But distributor, intake manifold, carb, those were all working on the old motor, therefore they should work on this. I got to hook the starter up to this. Then, in prep for this, I started messing around. I was really on the fence on what I wanted to do on the engine bay. Started spraying some white up here on the firewall. Got that cleaned up in white. I was going to do kind of real hot rod style, just leave everything on the engine bay white. But I hated the white that I used. It was like a primer white. It ended up being a super flat finish, even though it wasn't supposed to. Way too flat, would show every mark and never come off. So then I took some rusty metal primer when I was painting the other motor. Went through that and figured, all right, well, we'll just do some red primer. I was putting it on with the brush in the engine bay. Absolutely sucks. I do not care what this actually looks like. I missed a ton of spots. That's okay. It is not a show car. I just wanted something clean and a little bit more even. Basically hide some of the crappy rust and the broken parts that I don't want to look at ever. So instead, grabbed the rattle can of engine enamel black, which I had on the shelf. I had 2 half cans. This is how far I got. I managed to get this upper section done real quick. It's real light dust coat, no primer, no nothing. I know it's probably not going to hold up forever. I don't really care. This car's not going to see as many road miles or rain or snow or anything like that. This is basically, I mean, the first handful. Once I get it running and driving, obviously I'm going to be driving it around all the time. But overall, the goal for this is never a daily driver like the truck or like the van could be if I could afford the gas in that. But just a quick duplicolor, one shot over some of the rusty metal primer, over some of the white primer. Whatever, it is what it is. It's a lot blacker than it used to be. So tomorrow, run to the parts store. Tomorrow I just gotta run to the store, grab some more paint. I will finish up the front side of this. Not sure, I'm not gonna do the front of the firewall, but I might do this upper section in the back, pull the battery, clear out some of this crap. I'm gonna paint right over the regulator, right over the relay. Because let's be honest, does it really matter? The wiring's kind of important that I painted over, but the paint should flake off of that if I need to get into or change anything. Other than that, finish up the motor. Well, that's pretty much ready to go in. I'm on the fence about painting this too. The trans is filthy. I did not degrease or do anything to this transmission other than bolt it back together. I would like a uniform coat of paint on this because we have head blue, we have block blue, and we have oil pan blue. 3 different colors of blue on this. However, let's be realistic. I don't have that much time. I'm impatient and I don't really care because this will 100% be coming out again at some point in time in the relatively not so distant future. Probably not until spring if I can get it running and driving, unless this is going back into the garage. I haven't decided. Obviously the garage is a train wreck. I was complaining about that in the last couple of videos. Still complaining about that, but look at this engine bay. Bunch of cans of old spray paint that I had sitting on the shelf. Did not take off wires, did not take off brake things. This is not at all the right way to do this if you are restoring a car or trying to make it look better. But this is what I had before. Look at all this crap. That nice black uniform color, it looks hot rod fresh. So tomorrow I'll hit the store, grab a ton of paint for the engine bay, just some more gloss black. I think it was duplicolor with ceramic or some sort of stupid engine enamel. Unfortunately, I just had 2 half cans of it. Wanted to see what it looked like. I tried brown, I tried white. None of those worked out. Oh well. Same thing with the motor. As much as I want to get that painted, I'll probably grab the paint to do that. Not promising anything because I'm impatient and I don't really care that much on the motor side. But we'll get all the rest of this painted up tomorrow and most likely install the motor while the paint is still wet and or drying, and whatever comes off comes off. Rattle can will go a far way on this one. I do not care all that much. Again, not a show car guy, never have been. Main goal today was to get the motor put back together. I flip-flopped the flywheels, got all that done, and then got the trans hooked up, and now it's sitting on the cherry picker. I'm going to turn this around, drop it somewhere in the garage there-ish. Grab a tire, just kind of drop that down. put the starter in. I might still put the starter in while it's up in the air, actually. That would make a lot of sense, sitting right there, and I got 2 bolts to throw a starter in this. So starter will go in, then I will drop this on the ground. Tomorrow, finish painting the engine bay, and, well, finish cleaning up, painting the engine bay, and then we're going to try and wrestle that thing back in here. I talked to a buddy earlier this week for the brake line tool, or the flare tool. He said he doesn't mind trying to come by at some point this week. I just got to let him know when we're ready to go. So that's where we're leaving off. Like, comment, subscribe, all of those things. Like it, hate it, let me know in the comments. Like I said, I don't take offense to people telling me that I'm an idiot or I'm doing things the wrong way. Most of the time, I'll probably agree with you, but that's where we're at. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.